unbroken. Christus Victor, for the sins of people, because he himself suffered when he was tempted, he's able to help those who are being tempted. So now notice, if he was just human, I'll get to it, we'll finish with Revelation 12, then he could only pay the debt of one human life if he was sinless. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, soul for soul. So he could not pay the debt of all humanity. But he's not just human. And where do I get this from? Here, let me show you. Where am I getting that if he's just human, he could only pay the debt of one human soul if he was sinless? Because if he's a sinner, he'd be in debt. Where am I getting this from? I'm getting it from Jesus. Right? Where am I getting this from, shoot? I'm getting it from Jesus, dude. What are you talking about? See how the Bible, it's perfectly logically consistent? He's a divine person, an uncreated divine person who has infinite value and worth, who becomes human. So he is God dying a human death, a divine person, not a human person, who dies a human death, making that death infinite in value to cover the debt of all human sin. Because if you take all human sin together, it's still finite, but he's infinite. Show you. We're about to wrap it up. Don't be bored. Psalm 49, 7-9. No one can redeem the life of another or give to God a ransom for them. The ransom for a life is costly. No payment is ever enough so that they should live on forever, not see decay. You caught it? You caught it? So then, if no human being can offer the ransom to spare one human life so that human life can live forever, then who can? Right here, the answer. Psalm 49:15. But God will redeem me. Man can't do it. Only God can. From the realm of the dead, from Sheol, Hades. He will surely take me to himself. And even Jesus says it. Here, Mark 10, 27, 28. Sorry. I was thinking of something else. Matthew 19, 25, 26. But anyway, right here. Watch here. It happens. Here it is. Disciples were even more amazed and said to each other, who then can be saved? Watch. Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible. Do you hear it? Christ says, it is impossible for a human being to save another human being, right? It is impossible for a human being to save himself, let alone someone else. You caught it? It is humanly impossible for a mere human to save himself, let alone someone else. Then who can do what is humanly impossible? Only God. But not with God. All things are possible with God. Now, do you understand the logic here? No, you can't, brother. It's right here. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for life. The law of Moses tells you, fantasy realm, human life is equal to human life. That's why if I murder a human life, my life must be put to death. And here it tells you, with man, it is impossible. It is humanly impossible for a man to save himself, let alone someone else. Not with God, because with God, all things are possible. And even here, God must redeem me from the realm of that Sheol and take me to himself, because no one can redeem the life of another or give to God the ransom for them, because the ransom of life is too costly. No payment is ever enough so that they should live on forever and not see decay. But then notice what Jesus does. After telling us, the Lord himself says, humanly impossible for a man to save himself, let alone someone else. Only God can do what is impossible. He then goes on to say, look, Mark 10:45. Poor brother Nikolai. Stuck for a lot, poor brother. He doesn't know when to shut up and manifest. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom, not for one, but for many. Wait. Jesus, did you not say it is humanly impossible for a man to save himself and others? Yeah. Only God can do what is humanly impossible? Yeah. And Jesus, doesn't your word say in Psalm, God must redeem me, humans, from the realm of dead Sheol, and take us to himself, because no human can redeem the life of another or give to God a ransom for them, because their ransom, in order to prevent humans from dying, is too costly, that they should never decay? Yes. But you said, you, the Son of Man, are able to offer your soul to ransom many souls, many lives. Why? Here's why. Ephesians 3:8. Although I am less than the least of all the Lord's people, this grace was given to me to preach to the Gentiles the boundless, infinite, unlimited riches of Christ, because he's infinitely rich. See? Jesus is no mere human, and he's not a human person. He is the divine, uncreated Son of God, a truly, fully divine person who's infinite worth and is infinitely rich. Right? And then we go here, 2 Corinthians 8:9. For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor. Why? So that through his poverty you might become rich. That's why he's able to do it.